All right, gearing up for an interview as an import-export manager in beverages. Sounds like a pretty sweet gig, right? Like you get to be this globe-trotting deal maker in the world of international trade. And to help us all nail this interview, we've got a stack of resources from RoleCatcher, their career guide and their interview guide. We're going to really dive deep into what hiring managers are looking for using actual interview questions you might encounter.
It's not just knowing the industry, it's showing them you can handle the real deal scenarios they throw at you.
Exactly. So let's just start with the basics. Like, what does an import-export manager in beverages, what do they actually do day to day?
Well, RoleCatcher's career guide kind of paints this picture of someone it's more than just a coordinator, you know. They're installing and maintaining the entire system for cross-border business, which means setting up procedures, troubleshooting, any issues, and making sure everyone involved is on the same page.
That's a lot more strategic than I was initially picturing.
Yeah, it is. Think about it. You're the bridge between internal teams, customs officials, logistics providers, suppliers, and even customers. You're making sure that delicious beverages flow smoothly across borders, and that takes a highly organized and adaptable person.
Oh yeah, it's way more than just pushing paperwork. So what are some of the essential skills and knowledge areas highlighted by RoleCatcher?
Well, they break it down pretty clearly in their career guide. Monitoring critical thinking, active listening, coordination, and reading comprehension. Those are at the top of the list. Makes sense, right? It's all about staying on top of things, anticipating problems, communicating effectively with, all sorts of different people.
Yeah, it's a fast-paced global environment. You got to be sharp. You got to be adaptable. And in terms of like knowledge, what areas should candidates really brush up on?
They emphasize transportation, customer and personal service, administration and management, as well as personnel and human resources. This role really sits at the intersection of so many different functions.
So many different hats you're wearing. Sounds like an amazing opportunity for someone who enjoys variety and loves to learn. Now, let's dive into those interview questions. What's a common one that almost every candidate can expect?
Oh, get ready for this. Describe your experience in managing import and export operations in the beverage industry.
Okay, that's a broad one. That's basically an invitation to showcase your whole career. How do you even begin to answer that effectively?
It's all about showcasing your expertise, not just listing off job duties. Think of specific challenges you've overcome. Did you navigate complex regulations for a new product launch? Handle a major supply chain disruption? Optimize logistics to reduce costs? These are the stories that are going to make you stand out.
So instead of saying, I manage shipments, you'd say, I spearheaded the launch of our new iced tea line. In the Asian market, navigating complex sugar import quotas, and securing refrigerated transportation to ensure product integrity.
Exactly. Bring your experience to life with vivid examples that demonstrate your problem-solving skills and your ability to handle pressure. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful here. Their platform can actually analyze job descriptions and identify the specific challenges that this company might be facing.
So you can tailor your answer to show the interviewer that you understand their unique needs. That's so cool. What about follow-up questions like, what might they ask to dig a little deeper?
Well, they might get more specific, like, can you tell me about a time when a shipment was delayed? How did you handle the situation? Or what steps did you take to ensure compliance with import regulations for a specific type of beverage?
Really getting to the heart of it with those problem-solving and critical thinking skills.
They are. They want to see how you think on your feet, how you handle pressure, how you approach, complex situations. And don't forget, RoleCatcher's AI can help you practice answering these kinds of questions and get personalized feedback on your delivery.
Okay, starting to see how RoleCatcher can really be a game changer for interview prep. All right, hit me with another common question that might throw candidates off.
Okay, here's one that assesses your knowledge of the legal side of things. How do you ensure compliance with import and export regulations in the beverage industry?
Compliance. The heart and soul of international trade,
Yeah.
but also a potential minefield. It's not enough to just say, I follow the rules.
Yeah.
Definitely not. You need to demonstrate a real deep understanding of the regulations, specific to beverages, and how you stay up to date. Think labeling requirements, documentation, product restrictions, and how these things might differ between countries. You want to show them you're proactive, you're meticulous.
So you might mention subscribing to industry newsletters, attending workshops, or using online resources to stay informed about those regulatory changes. Yeah. Yeah, and you could even talk about a specific instance where you had to adapt to a new regulation or troubleshoot a compliance issue. It shows you're not just aware of the rules, but you can actually apply them,
Yeah.
in real world situations.
It's about the knowledge and the adaptability. What kind of follow-up questions should you be prepared for in this area?
Oh, they could get really specific, like what are some common labeling requirements for, alcoholic beverages imported into, say, Japan, or how do you handle changes in import duties for certain ingredients?
It sounds like they're trying to really gauge your understanding of the nuances.
They are. And this is where RoleCatchers, that AI-powered interview practice tool, can be a lifesaver. You can practice answering these very specific questions and get feedback on your responses. Their AI can even analyze the job description and suggest ways to tailor your answers to that specific company and role.
Okay, that's incredibly helpful. Really starting to see how this AI can give candidates a real competitive edge. All right, I'm ready for the next challenge. Give me another question. That might trip people up.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's focus on the more operational side of things. Get ready for this. How do you manage logistics and supply chain operations for the import and export of beverages?
Ooh, logistics. That's a whole world unto itself. What are the key things the interviewer is listening for here?
They want to assess your experience with inventory management, transportation, distribution strategies, essentially how you keep those beverages flowing smoothly from origin to destination.
It's like painting this picture of how you handle that entire process, from sourcing to delivery. What are some key points to really highlight?
Focus on your proven strategies for optimizing efficiency and minimizing costs. Have you implemented a new inventory tracking system? Negotiated favorable shipping rates, streamlined customs clearance processes? These are the things that are going to impress them.
And since the beverage industry is so fast-paced, they're probably going to want to know how you handle curveballs, right?
Oh, absolutely. Be prepared to discuss how you've successfully, navigated supply chain disruptions in the past, like port closures, unexpected demand surges, or even natural disasters. Think about your I save the day moments and how your quick thinking and problem-solving skills kept those beverages flowing.
And this is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can provide valuable insights.
Yes, their AI can analyze job descriptions to pinpoint specific logistics challenges
Right.
mentioned by the company. And then you can tailor your answer to show the interviewer, that you've done your homework and you understand their unique pain points. For example, if the job description mentions a focus on sustainability, you could discuss your experience with, say, eco-friendly packaging or optimizing transportation routes to reduce emissions.
Okay, brilliant. All right, I'm ready for another challenging question. Bring it on.
All right, this one really tests your risk management skills. What strategies do you use to minimize the risks associated with import and export operations in the beverage industry?
Ooh, risk management. Intense. What kind of risks are we talking about here?
We're talking about a whole spectrum of potential pitfalls, financial risks like currency fluctuations, legal risks such as non-compliance with labeling laws, reputational risks if a shipment is, compromised or delayed. There's the risk of product damage or spoilage, especially in the beverage industry.
So the interviewer is basically trying to gauge how well you can anticipate and mitigate those challenges.
Exactly. They want to see that you have a proactive approach to risk management. You don't just react to problems. You actively work to prevent them in the first place.
So how do you showcase that proactive mindset? What are some concrete examples that you would use?
You could talk about your experience implementing, really robust quality control checks at every stage of the supply chain. Maybe you have a system for vetting suppliers to ensure they meet your standards, or a process for verifying certifications.
And I imagine diversifying suppliers is a key strategy as well, right? For mitigating risk.
Absolutely. By not relying on a single source, you're less vulnerable to disruptions. You could also talk about securing insurance to protect against, potential losses, or implementing contingency plans for common disruptions like shipping delays.
And in the beverage industry, there are some specific risks that you'd want to address as well.
Definitely. For example, you could talk about how you ensure temperature-controlled shipping for sensitive products like wine or craft beer, or how you navigate the complexities of importing, ingredients that are subject to strict quotas or tariffs.
It's all about showing that you understand those unique challenges of the beverage industry and have the skills to handle them. What kind of follow-up questions should candidates anticipate in this area?
The interviewer might ask, can you describe a time when you identified a potential risk in the supply chain? What steps did you take to address it? Or how do you stay informed about changes in international trade policies that could impact our business? These are your opportunities to showcase, that proactive thinking and problem-solving skill.
Those are great, great examples. And I bet RoleCatcher's AI can help prepare for those too, right?
Absolutely. Their platform can help you analyze the company's profile and identify potential risk factors that they might be concerned about. And then you can use that knowledge to tailor your answers and show the interviewer you've done your homework and you understand their specific risk landscape.
Okay, really starting to see the value of RoleCatcher for interview prep. It's like having a personalized guide to navigating this whole process.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. What's the next question we should tackle?
This one gets to the heart of product integrity. How do you ensure the quality and safety of imported and exported beverages?
Quality and safety, those are non-negotiables, especially when you're dealing with, perishable goods. What are the key things that the interviewer's listening for here?
They want to see that you have a comprehensive understanding of quality control procedures throughout that entire supply chain, from the moment ingredients are sourced to, the final product reaching the consumer.
So it's not just about trusting your suppliers.
Exactly. You need to demonstrate that you have systems in place to verify the quality and safety of every shipment. Think about the steps you take to inspect, incoming raw materials, monitor production processes, and ensure proper handling and storage throughout the journey.
So what are some specific examples that you would highlight to really impress the interviewer?
You could talk about your experience implementing third-party lab testing to verify product quality and safety. Maybe you've developed detailed product specifications for each ingredient and finished product, or established traceability systems to track products from origin to destination.
And in the beverage industry, there are some unique quality considerations, right?
Definitely. For example, you might talk about your expertise in sensory evaluation techniques to ensure the flavor profile and consistency of imported beverages, or how you handle, the complexities of maintaining the quality of perishable products like fresh juices or bottled cocktails during transportation.
So it's about showcasing your knowledge of the specific quality and safety challenges relevant to the beverage industry.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's AI can help you identify those specific challenges by analyzing, the company's profile and industry trends, giving you that edge in tailoring your answers.
Okay, let's keep this momentum going. Hit me with another common interview question that candidates should be prepared for.
All right, this one focuses on relationship management. How do you manage relationships with suppliers and distributors in the beverage industry?
Relationships, the backbone of any successful business, especially when you're dealing with these complex international supply chains. What's the interviewer like? What are they trying to assess with this question?
They want to see that you have strong communication and negotiation skills, and that you can build and maintain positive, productive relationships with key partners, across borders and cultures.
So it's more than just signing contracts and placing orders.
Absolutely. It's about establishing trust, understanding each other's needs, and working collaboratively to achieve shared goals. Think about it. You're dealing with suppliers who might be in a different time zone, speak a different language, have a different business culture.
It sounds like it takes a lot of patience and cultural sensitivity.
It does. What are some key things you would emphasize when answering this question? Focus on your ability to build rapport, communicate effectively across cultures, negotiate, win-win agreements, and resolve conflicts fairly. You can also mention your experience with managing supplier performance, ensuring timely deliveries, and even collaborating on marketing initiatives.
And in the beverage industry, there are some unique relationship dynamics as well, right?
Yes. For example, you might talk about your experience working with small artisanal producers who have, unique production methods, or navigating the complexities of relationships with large multinational distributors who have their own systems and requirements.
It's all about demonstrating that you understand the nuances of the beverage industry's supplier and distributor landscape.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher can provide valuable insights into the specific companies you'll be interacting with, allowing you to tailor your answers and show the interviewer you've done your research.
Okay, this is great stuff. We've covered a lot of ground already, but I'm ready for more. Give me another interview question that might trip people up.
All right, let's delve into a question that assesses your understanding of the bigger picture. Describe a time when you had to adapt to a change in international trade policies. How did you handle the situation?
Wow, that's a great question. The world of international trade is constantly evolving, so it's not just about knowing the current rules. It's about being able to adapt to new ones on the fly.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you're flexible, resourceful, and able to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to trade policy changes.
So what's the best way to approach this question?
Think about a specific example where a change in trade policies, maybe a new tariff or import restriction, directly impacted your work. Walk them through the steps you took to assess the situation, research the new regulations, adjust your import-export strategies, and communicate the changes to your team and partners.
And in the beverage industry, there are always new regulations popping up, right?
Absolutely. You could talk about how you navigated changes in labeling requirements for alcoholic beverages, adapted to new sustainability certifications for imported ingredients, or adjusted your supply chain strategies in response to, shifting trade agreements.
It's all about demonstrating that you're a problem solver who can keep things running smoothly, even when the rules of the game, change unexpectedly.
Precisely. And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can be incredibly helpful. Their platform can help you stay up to date on the latest changes in international trade policies, so you're always prepared to answer these types of questions with confidence.
Okay, that's fantastic. It sounds like RoleCatcher can be a real lifesaver in a world where the only constant is change. Okay, I'm eager to hear more. Give me another question that might throw candidates off balance.
All right, this one focuses on cultural sensitivity and awareness. Describe a time when you had to navigate a cultural difference while working with an international supplier or distributor. How did you approach the situation?
Cultural differences. That's such an important aspect of international business. It's not just about, speaking the same language. It's about understanding, different communication styles, business practices, and even social customs.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you're culturally sensitive,
Yeah.
adaptable, and able to build bridges, across cultures. The beverage industry is inherently global, so you'll be interacting with people from all walks of life.
So what's the best way to demonstrate those qualities?
Share a specific example where you encountered, a cultural difference, perhaps a misunderstanding about deadlines, communication styles,
Right.
or decision-making processes. Explain how you approached the situation with respect and empathy, took the time to listen and understand the other party's perspective, and found a solution that worked for everyone involved.
And in the beverage industry, I mean, you're dealing with people from all over the world, right?
Absolutely. You could talk about your experience working with suppliers in countries with a different business etiquette, adapting your communication style to build rapport with distributors from diverse cultures, or navigating cultural nuances when negotiating contracts.
It's all about showcasing your ability to be a cultural chameleon, adapting to different environments, and building strong relationships across borders.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource for researching the cultural norms and business practices of different countries. So you can tailor your answers and demonstrate your cultural awareness.
This is fantastic advice. Okay, hit me with another challenging question.
All right, let's shift gears and focus on your leadership and problem-solving skills. Describe a situation where you had to make a difficult decision that impacted a major import or export operation. What was your thought process and what was the outcome?
Ooh, that's a good one. It's all about, showing how you handle pressure, weigh your options, and make tough calls when the stakes are high.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you're a decisive leader who can think strategically, assess risks, and make informed choices, even when facing uncertainty or incomplete information.
So what's the key to answering this question effectively?
Choose an example where you faced a challenging dilemma,
Yeah.
such as a sudden supply chain disruption, a major product recall, or a significant shift in market demand. Walk them through your decision-making process, step by step, explaining how you gathered information, consulted with stakeholders, considered the potential risks and benefits of different options, and ultimately arrived at a decision.
And it's important to highlight the outcome.
Absolutely. Explain the results of your decision, emphasizing any positive outcomes, lessons learned, or adjustments you made along the way. It's about showing them that you can learn from your experiences, both successes and setbacks.
And in the beverage industry, there are always curveballs, right?
Definitely. You could talk about how you handled a shipment delay that threatened to disrupt a major product launch, navigated a quality control issue that required a partial product recall, or adjusted your export strategy in response to unexpected changes in consumer demand.
It's all about showcasing your ability to stay calm under pressure, make tough choices, and lead your team to success, even in the face of challenges.
Precisely. And RoleCatcher's AI can provide valuable insights into the types of challenges that are common in the beverage industry, helping you tailor your answers and demonstrate your expertise in handling those specific situations.
Okay, we're on a roll. Give me another question that might test a candidate's mettle.
All right, here's one that assesses your strategic thinking and industry knowledge. What trends do you see shaping the future of import and export in the beverage industry? How would you leverage these trends to benefit our company?
A forward-thinking question. It's not just about what you've done in the past. It's about how are you preparing for the future and thinking about the big picture.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you're staying ahead of the curve, thinking strategically about the future of the industry, and proactively identifying opportunities for growth and innovation. They want someone who's not just going to maintain the status quo. They want someone who's going to help them stay ahead of the competition.
So what are some key trends that you would highlight?
You could talk about the growing demand for sustainable and ethically sourced beverages. Consumers are increasingly interested in knowing where their products come from and how they're produced. This is particularly relevant in the beverage industry, where ingredients are sourced globally.
That's a great point. What other trends are impacting the industry?
The rise of e-commerce and direct-to-consumer models. This is changing the way beverages are sold and distributed, creating new opportunities for import-export businesses.
So it's not just about getting your product into traditional retail channels anymore. You need to be thinking about online platforms and direct-to-consumer strategies as well.
Exactly. And then there's the increasing importance of digitalization and supply chain transparency. Yeah. Consumers want to know the story behind their products, and they want to be assured that the products that they're consuming are safe and ethically sourced.
So technology is playing a bigger role than ever in managing that import-export process. Yeah. And communicating with consumers.
Absolutely. And finally, there's the shifting consumer preference towards healthier and functional beverages. This is driving innovation in the beverage industry, creating new product categories and opening up new markets for import-export businesses.
So it's important to be aware of these trends and how they're impacting the industry.
Yes, and it's even more important to show the interviewer that you can leverage those trends to benefit their company. Explain how you would explore new export markets, develop innovative product offerings, implement sustainable sourcing practices, or optimize logistics to reduce environmental impact.
It's all about showing them that you're not just an import-export manager, but you're a strategic thinker who can help them thrive in a dynamic and evolving industry.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource for researching industry trends and identifying potential growth opportunities. Their platform can help you tailor your answers and showcase your forward-thinking mindset.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today, but I'm ready for one more challenge. What's another question that might catch candidates off guard?
All right, here's one that assesses your ability to think on your feet and handle unexpected situations.
Okay.
Imagine you receive a shipment of imported beverages that doesn't meet our quality standards. What steps would you take to address the situation?
Quality control crisis. This is a classic test of problem-solving skills and your ability to handle pressure gracefully. It's also a scenario that's all too real, in the beverage industry.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you have a clear process for handling these types of situations, that you can think critically, act decisively, and that you prioritize quality and and customer satisfaction above all else.
So how do you showcase those qualities?
Walk them through your step-by-step approach, starting with immediately halting the distribution of the affected products. This shows that you're prioritizing safety and you're taking the situation seriously. Then explain how you would investigate the root cause of the quality issue. Perhaps by contacting the supplier, reviewing quality control documentation, or conducting additional lab testing.
It's about getting to the bottom of the problem and preventing it from happening again.
Exactly. And it's also about demonstrating your commitment to transparency and communication.
Right. You need to keep everyone informed from your internal team to the supplier and potentially even customers, depending on the severity of the issue.
Absolutely. Emphasize how you would communicate the situation, clearly and transparently to all relevant stakeholders, explaining the steps you're taking to address the problem and prevent it from happening again.
And in the beverage industry, there are specific considerations, right? You might be dealing with perishable goods. So time is of the essence.
Definitely. For example, you could mention your experience with handling issues related to temperature-sensitive products, spoilage, or contamination. You could also talk about how you would follow any specific regulatory guidelines for reporting quality control issues in the beverage industry.
It's all about showing them that you're a problem solver who can handle a crisis with composure and professionalism, protecting the company's reputation and ensuring customer safety.
Precisely. And RoleCatcher's AI can provide valuable insights into the types of quality control issues that are common in the beverage industry, helping you tailor your answers and demonstrate your expertise.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. We've covered so much ground, and I'm feeling much more prepared to tackle an interview for an import-export manager role in the beverage industry.
Me too. It's all about being prepared, showcasing your skills and experience, and using resources like RoleCatcher to give yourself an edge. But we've only just begun.
That's right. We've got more interview questions and insights to uncover in part 2 of our deep dive. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of import-export management in beverages. We've already tackled some seriously tough interview questions in part 1, and now it's time to unleash our secret weapon, RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
I am all for having a secret weapon.
Right.
Especially when it comes to job interviews. So how can RoleCatcher's AI help us craft, winning responses?
RoleCatcher offers this suite of AI-driven tools to help you prep for interviews, and it all starts with their AI-powered CV resume builder.
Okay, I've heard a lot about AI resume builders lately. What makes RoleCatcher stand out?
What's unique is that it goes beyond just formatting your resume. It actually analyzes, job descriptions and suggests how to tailor your content to specific roles. Think of it as having like a personal career coach who knows exactly what hiring managers want to see.
So it helps me highlight the skills and experiences that are most relevant to each job I'm applying for.
Exactly. It ensures your resume aligns, perfectly with the job requirements, increasing your chances of getting noticed and shortlisted. Their AI can even suggest keywords and phrases that will help you get past those applicant tracking systems.
That's amazing. It takes the guesswork out of resume writing. Helps you put your best foot forward. What happens once I've landed the interview?
That's where RoleCatcher's AI-powered interview practice tool comes in. It helps you, refine your answers, boost your confidence.
Okay, tell me more. Tell me more about this interview practice tool. How does it work?
It's super user-friendly. You get access to a library of over 120,000 practice interview questions, covering a huge range of industries, roles, and skills. You can even filter the questions by career level.
Wow.
And focus on the topics that are most relevant to the job you're interviewing for.
120,000 questions. That's incredible. How do I even know where to start?
That's the beauty of it. You can tailor your practice to your specific needs. Once you've chosen a question, you can practice your answer by typing it out or recording a video of yourself.
So I can actually see and hear, how I come across in an interview setting. That's pretty cool.
It is. And here's where the AI really shines. It analyzes your responses, both written and video, and provides personalized feedback on your content, your delivery, and even your body language.
Wow, it's like having a personal interview coach.
Yeah.
Right there in my pocket. What kind of feedback does the AI provide?
It can identify areas where you can improve your clarity, your conciseness, and your overall impact, helping you refine your answers and present yourself, in the best possible light. It might suggest using stronger verbs, quantifying your accomplishments with data, or even adjusting your tone of voice.
This interview practice tool sounds like a game changer. So it's not just about practicing my answers. It's about making sure those answers are top notch,
Yeah.
tailored to that specific role.
Exactly. It's about showcasing your expertise in a way that resonates with the hiring manager
Huh?
and makes you stand out from the competition.
Let's put this AI to the test. Can you give me an example of how RoleCatcher's AI might help me tailor my answer to a specific interview question for an import-export manager role in the beverage industry?
Absolutely. Let's go back to that question about managing relationships with suppliers and distributors. We talked about building trust,
Sure.
understanding needs, working collaboratively.
Yes, I remember. It's all about, building those strong relationships that benefit both sides.
Right. Now imagine you're interviewing with a craft brewery. That's all about sourcing unique, high-quality ingredients from small, independent farms worldwide.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. RoleCatcher's AI might suggest highlighting my experience working with artisanal producers and my understanding of sourcing specialty ingredients.
Precisely. You could talk about your passion for supporting small farms, your experience negotiating fair prices and terms with independent growers,
Okay.
and your understanding of traceability and transparency in the supply chain.
That's brilliant. By tailoring my answer to the company's values and sourcing practices, I'm showing the interviewer that I understand their unique needs and that I'm a good fit for their culture.
Exactly. RoleCatcher's AI helps you identify those key points and craft a compelling answer that resonates with the hiring manager.
Okay, this AI is like having a personal branding expert helping me shape my interview responses. It's incredible.
And remember, you can use RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools to practice, get feedback,
Mm.
and refine your delivery until you're feeling confident and prepared.
I'm feeling much more confident already.
Mm.
But before we move on to part 3, let's touch on career progression. RoleCatcher emphasizes the importance of understanding the different career stages, within import-export management, right?
Absolutely. They provide a clear roadmap for career progression, outlining typical responsibilities and expectations for each stage, from
Sounds good.
coordinator to analyst to supervisor and finally to manager.
So if someone's just starting out, what should they focus on?
RoleCatcher suggests building a solid foundation in import-export operations. That includes gaining experience in coordinating shipments, managing customs documentation, tracking shipments, and ensuring compliance with regulations.
What about the analyst role? What additional skills become important?
Analytical skills become key. As an analyst, you'll be analyzing import and export data, identifying trends, conducting market research, and providing insights to support decision making.
So it's about moving beyond the day-to-day operations
Yeah.
and starting to think more strategically.
Exactly. As you move into a supervisory role, leadership and management skills become crucial. You'll be overseeing a team, ensuring compliance, and optimizing supply chain efficiency.
And what about that top spot, the manager role? What does it take to reach the top of the import-export ladder?
Strategic thinking, leadership,
Yeah.
and a deep understanding of global trade regulations and industry trends are essential. You'll be developing and implementing import and export strategies, overseeing all operations, managing relationships with international partners,
Yeah.
and leading your team to success.
This career roadmap is incredibly helpful. It gives you a clear vision of what it takes to build a successful career in import-export management.
And RoleCatcher's career guides and resources can be incredibly helpful in navigating that journey. They offer valuable support and guidance at every stage.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired and ready to climb that ladder. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's tackle some more of those interview questions. What's next on the agenda?
Let's dive into a question that really assesses your ability to handle a crisis. Get ready for this. Imagine a scenario where a major shipment of imported ingredients is delayed due to unforeseen circumstances, potentially impacting production deadlines. How would you approach this situation?
Whoa, that's a high-pressure situation. Every import-export manager's nightmare. Where do you even begin to unravel that?
First, take a deep breath. The interviewer wants to see that you can stay calm and collected under pressure. Then outline your step-by-step approach, highlighting, your problem solving, your communication, and your decision-making skills.
So what would be the first step in this situation?
Immediate action is key. Start by gathering all the information you can about the delay. What's the cause? How long is the delay expected to last? What are the potential, consequences?
Then what?
Yeah.
Do you start frantically calling everyone?
Communication is vital, but it needs to be strategic.
Yeah.
Inform your internal team, especially production and sales, about the situation and potential impact on deadlines. Then reach out to the supplier to understand the cause of the delay and explore, possible solutions.
So it's not just about reacting, it's about being proactive and solution oriented.
Exactly. Explore alternative shipping options, such as air freight or expedited ground transportation. If the delay is unavoidable, consider adjusting production schedules or sourcing ingredients from alternative suppliers.
This scenario really highlights the importance of having backup plans and strong relationships with multiple suppliers.
It does. It's also a great opportunity to showcase your negotiation skills. Can you negotiate with the supplier for expedited shipping or compensation for the delay?
What about the financial implications of the delay? That's something that the interviewer would be concerned about.
Right. Absolutely. Be prepared to discuss how you would assess the financial impact of the delay, considering factors like increased shipping costs, the potential production losses, and contractual penalties.
This scenario is a real test of an import-export manager's ability to think on their feet,
Right.
and make tough decisions under pressure.
It is, and it's a prime example of how RoleCatcher's AI can help you and prepare. Their platform allows you to practice answering these scenario-based questions, get personalized feedback, and refine your responses until you're confident in your ability to handle any curveball they throw at you.
Okay, I'm feeling much more prepared to tackle those challenging situations. Let's keep the momentum going. What other interview questions should we be ready for?
Here's one that delves into your understanding of market dynamics. How do you stay informed about changes in consumer preferences and market trends in the beverage industry, and how do you adapt your import-export strategies accordingly?
Wow, that's a broad question. It's not just about knowing the industry, it's about anticipating shifts and staying ahead of the game.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you're not just, an operational manager, but a strategic thinker who's constantly, monitoring the market and adapting to change.
So where do you even begin to answer a question like that?
Start by demonstrating your knowledge of current trends. Talk about the rise of health and wellness beverages, the growing popularity of craft beers and spirits, the increasing demand for sustainable and ethically sourced products.
Those are definitely trends we're seeing everywhere.
Right. Then explain how you stay informed about these trends. Do you read industry publications, attend trade shows, analyze market research reports, network with industry professionals?
It's all about showing them that you're actively engaged in the industry and that you're committed to staying ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And most importantly, connect those trends back to your import-export strategies. How would you adjust your sourcing decisions, target new markets, develop new product lines to meet those evolving consumer demands?
About demonstrating that you can translate market insights into actionable plans.
Yeah.
That's what will impress the interviewer.
Absolutely. And RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge asset here. Their platform can help you research, industry trends, identify potential growth opportunities, and even suggest ways to tailor your answers to specific companies and roles.
This deep dive is really highlighting the importance of being both a strategic thinker and an operational expert. It's a challenging but exciting combination.
It is. And the rewards can be incredible. You get to work in a dynamic, global industry, travel the world, and be at the forefront of innovation.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired and ready to tackle those interview challenges. But before we wrap up part two, let's touch on a crucial aspect that RoleCatcher emphasizes, the importance of networking and professional development.
That's a great point. They highlight the importance of attending industry events,
Yeah.
joining professional associations, and connecting with people on platforms like LinkedIn. These are all great ways to build your network,
Yeah.
stay informed about industry trends, and learn from experienced professionals.
So it's not just about what you know, it's about who you know and
Yeah.
how you continue to learn and grow.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's AI can even help you, identify key influencers and potential mentors in your field.
All right, that's a wrap for part two of our deep dive into import-export management in beverages. We've explored how RoleCatcher's AI can help you craft a standout resume and ace those tough interview questions. We've also touched on the importance of understanding career progression and building your network.
But don't go anywhere yet. In part 3, we'll share some final tips for interview success, explore the unique challenges and rewards of this career path, and leave you with some thought-provoking questions to ponder as you embark on your import-export journey.
Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with more insights and advice to help you land that dream job. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into import-export management in beverages. We've covered so much ground already, from AI-powered resume building and interview practice to navigating tricky scenarios and understanding career progression.
Yes.
Now let's explore the exciting world that awaits beyond that interview. The unique challenges and rewards of actually being an import-export manager in this industry.
Yeah, it's a dynamic career path full of twists and turns, but also incredibly rewarding for those who thrive on variety and making things happen on a global scale.
So let's talk challenges. What are some of the biggest hurdles that import-export managers face, in this industry?
Well, one of the most significant is navigating the ever-changing landscape of international trade regulations. Think tariffs, quotas, labeling requirements, sustainability certifications. I mean, they can shift quickly, and staying ahead of the curve is essential.
That sounds like it takes a lot of research, a lot of attention to detail.
It does. You need to be meticulous, proactive, always staying informed about the latest changes and adapting your strategies accordingly. Luckily, there are resources like industry newsletters, online databases, and of course RoleCatcher's AI to help you stay up to date.
And in the beverage industry specifically, what are some of the unique regulatory challenges?
Well, think about importing alcoholic beverages. Each country has its own specific set of rules and restrictions, and those can be incredibly complex. And with the growing focus on sustainability and ethical sourcing, there are new certifications and standards popping up all the time.
So it's not just about moving products from point A to point B. It's about understanding the legal and ethical implications of every shipment.
Exactly. You're responsible for ensuring that everything is above board and compliant. And then there are the logistical challenges. Coordinating shipments across borders, dealing with potential delays or disruptions, and ensuring the quality and safety of often delicate products throughout the journey.
It sounds like a constant, juggling act, requiring quick thinking and problem-solving skills.
It definitely can be, but that's part of what makes this role so exciting and rewarding. You're always on your toes, thinking strategically and finding creative solutions to keep those beverages flowing.
Okay, let's talk about those rewards. What makes this career path so fulfilling?
Well, for starters, you're playing a crucial role in bringing amazing beverages to people all over the world. You're connecting cultures, fostering trade, and contributing to a global industry that brings people together.
That's a pretty cool feeling, knowing that you're part of something that brings joy to so many people.
It is. And you get to work with a diverse group of people from different cultures and backgrounds. You're building relationships, negotiating deals, and solving problems. No 2 days are ever the same.
And I imagine there's quite a bit of travel involved as well.
Absolutely. Depending on the company and the specific role you might have the chance to visit suppliers, attend industry events, or even explore new markets, firsthand.
It sounds like a career that offers both, intellectual stimulation and a sense of adventure.
It does. And with the right skills and mindset, it can be a very, very rewarding path, both personally and professionally.
Okay, before we wrap up our deep dive, let's share some final tips for interview success. What are some key things to keep in mind when preparing to meet with potential employers?
First and foremost, do your research. Thoroughly investigate, the company, their products, their values, and their position in the market. The more you know, the better you can tailor your answers. And show them that you're genuinely interested.
And remember, RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource for gathering that company information and practicing your interview responses.
Absolutely. Their AI-powered platform can provide insights into company profiles, industry trends, and even potential interview questions.
Okay, what else should candidates keep in mind?
Practice, practice, practice. Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result, to structure your responses and provide those concrete examples that showcase your skills and experience. RoleCatcher's AI can help you, refine your answers and get personalized feedback.
It's all about turning those generic answers into compelling stories
Yeah.
that highlight your accomplishments.
Exactly. And don't forget the basics. Dress professionally. Arrive on time. Be enthusiastic, and show your passion for the beverage industry.
Yeah, enthusiasm and passion can be contagious. Let your personality shine through and connect with the interviewer, on a human level.
That's great advice. It's about being prepared, confident, and authentic. Remember, even if you don't land the first job you interview for, don't get discouraged. Every interview is a learning experience, and you'll get better each time.
That's a great reminder. It's all part of the journey.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
With hard work, perseverance, and the right resources like RoleCatcher, you'll find the perfect role in this exciting and rewarding industry.
This deep dive has been an incredible journey. We've explored the nuances of being an import-export manager in beverages, tackled tough interview questions,
Yeah.
leveraged AI for interview success, and contemplated the challenges and rewards that lie ahead.
We've covered a lot of ground, and I hope our listeners are feeling inspired and empowered to pursue their dreams in this dynamic field.
Now, as you embark on your career journey, here's something to ponder. What unique challenges and opportunities do you think the beverage industry will face in the future in terms of import and export? How will technology, sustainability, and evolving consumer preferences shape the industry's global landscape? We would love to hear your thoughts.
And remember, whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, RoleCatcher is there to help you navigate the world of import-export and achieve your career goals.
That's a wrap for our deep dive into the world of import-export management
Yeah.
in the beverage industry. Cheers to your success.